Hello students, today we're going to talk about liquid conversion and different units of measure that you might come in contact with in your program area. I have set out here these little containers. This is an ounce, very similar to what you may take liquid medicine in when you were a child. That's 1 ounce. This is equal to a cup. Same kind of cup you would experience in a home ec class. This is a pint. A pint is equal to 16 ounces. So if you're thinking about a 16-ounce bottle of pop or soda, that's 16 ounces. A quart, this is a quart. Quart is very similar to maybe what you would have in a water bottle for sports. That would be a quart. And then our gallon, most commonly known gallon, is a gallon of milk. And what we're going to attempt to do is a little bit of an experiment today of the different conversion units that are in these containers here. So we'll first start out with this ounce. How many of these ounces do you think will fit into this cup? Are you taking a guess? 2, 3. Now I'm not doing this extremely scientific because I would be setting it down even. This would be 5, 6, 7, 8, and it comes up to our cup measurement right there, our cup marking. So there's 8 ounces in a cup. So how many cups do you think will fit into this pint? Let's take a guess. There's 1 cup. And we'll say 2 cups. So there's 2 cups in a pint. We can also work backwards a little bit and say, well, we knew that there were 8 of these in the cup, and then we put 2 cups inside of that pint. So there's 16 ounces inside of this pint. Cool. All right, so how many pints do you think will fit into the quart? There's 1 pint. And no, this is not mouthwash. Everybody asks if it's mouthwash. It's just colored water so you guys can see through the containers. There's 2 pints inside of a quart. So working backwards again, we just said there were 16 ounces in this pint. So, and we put 2 pints inside of that quart. So there would be 32 ounces in a quart. Again, very similar to a water bottle that you might have for sports. So how many of these quarts do you think fit into the gallon? There's 1. Two. Need to tip it a little bit. 3. I might have to use one of these other containers to get enough out of there. So there was 3 quarts, right? So now there are 4 quarts in a gallon. If we work backwards, we can think a little bit about this. There were 32 ounces in this quart, and we just put 4 of them in there. 32 times 4 is 128. So there's 128 of these little ounces inside of that gallon. Also thinking back, there were 2 pints inside of a quart. 2 pints inside of a quart. And then we just put 4 of these in here. So that we went 2, 4, 6, 8. So there's 8 pints in a gallon. If you keep going from there and working backwards, there's 8 pints in a gallon. And remember that there were 2 cups inside of this pint. We put 8 of them in there. That would mean that there's 16 cups in a gallon. There's a little drawing that I'll share with you here in a second about how to remember all of these different measurements. So I'll be right back. All right, so this is the diagram that I was talking to you about. It is a way to visually understand and see that inside of a gallon, that's the big G, there are 4 quarts. And inside of each one of those quarts, there's 2 pints. Inside of a pint, there are 2 cups. And then in each one of those cups, there are 8 ounces. So you can visually understand that inside of a pint there would be 18 ounces or 16 ounces. Do you see 8 plus 8? This is a very cool diagram because it's a visual thing. All right, let's move on and we're going to do some conversions. All right, so to do our conversions, we're going to utilize the same method that we did with linear conversion. Anytime we are converting from a large unit into a smaller one, we are going to multiply by something. And anytime we are converting from a small unit into a larger one, we are going to divide by something. So the very first thing, this is 3 steps. If you follow the 3 steps, you'll always get the right answer. So the very first thing you want to do is decide, are pints larger or is cups larger? And pints are larger because we just watched the video and we saw that. So we're going large into small, which means that we are going to multiply by something. And we also just discovered that there's 2 cups in a pint, right? From the diagram that I just shared with you. So that means that we're going to multiply by 2. So we take 0.75 and multiply it by 2, and we're getting 1.5 cups. So 0.75 pints is equal to 1.5 cups. Right? Let's look at the next one here. Again, 3 steps. We decide what one's larger first. Are cups larger or are quarts larger? Quarts are larger and cups are smaller. So we're going from small to large, which means we're going to divide. And how many cups are in a quart? We can use that diagram to visually see that inside of a quart there would be 4 cups. So we're going to divide by 4. 18 divided by 4 is 4 1/2. So 18 cups is equal to 4.5 quarts. Okay, let's do another. We're going to do the first 5 here together. 1/4 of a cup into ounces. So a cup is larger than an ounce. So that means large to small. That means we're going to multiply by something. And there's 8 ounces in a cup. So we're going to multiply by 8. 1/4, or you guys know I don't like the fraction key on your calculator, so 1/4 is 0.25 as a decimal, times 8 would be equal to 2 ounces. 2 ounces is equal to 1/4 of a cup. Okay, quarts into pints. Quarts are larger than pints, so we're going large into small. Large into small means that we multiply. And quarts and pints, we need to know how many pints are in a quart. If you think back to that diagram I just showed you a few seconds ago, there are 2 pints in a quart. So we take 3.5 or 3.5 times 2 to get us 7 pints. All right, last one we're going to do together, and then I'm going to have you guys practice some. Quarts into gallons. Gallons are larger and quarts are smaller, so we're going small into large, which means that we divide. And we know that there are 4 quarts in a gallon, so we're going to divide by 4. 2.5 gallons. All right, so I'd like you to take a look at these examples down here and pause the video. Try to answer those questions. Try to work through it a little bit. And then when you're done with that, you're going to go to the Google quiz, answer the questions on the Google quiz, make sure you hit submit. And if you have any questions, you can always email me at cjones@ictc.edu. All right, thank you guys. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon. Bye.